Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett, and today I'm going to get into a video on why did the stock market go down a significant amount today, and that way you can become a better trader and understand the market and see the market through my eyes. Someone who's autistic can see patterns much easier. So as far as things goes, it's October 19th, 2017. The market went down a significant amount today. Been a while since that's done this. And there's a few reasons behind this, but one of the biggest is Black Monday. So Black Monday is something that happened in 1987. So I was born on October 12th, 1987, and Black Monday happened October 19th, 1987. So Black Monday basically, it was a start to a market crash, overall market crash, not a significant one, not like the Great Depression or anything like that, but it was a significant market crash. A lot of people lost money, and a lot of problems came out from that. Now, if you listen to the news and whatever it may be, a lot of news will tell you, oh, the market was very high before, the market crash on Black Monday, or whatever it may be, reflects the same thing as Black Monday. No, that's all BS. The fact of the matter is this is one way how I make money. And as someone who's autistic, I can look at patterns, easily pick it up and run with it and analyze it with no problem at all. Let me tell you something. This is a no duh that it's going to crash. It's just a matter of when, not if. All markets crash eventually, but this, off of this just the same, this is from 1984 to 1988. So let's say 3 years, so 1984 or 1987. This is 5 years. Notice the difference. So this is started out around $1,000, give or take, and it ended at speak around 2,400, 2,300, give or take. So this back in 1980 is basically like in simplistic terms, you put down $1 and you get two and something back. So that's fairly important to know. So you put down $200,000 and you get 400,000 and something back. It's pretty freaking important to note that, because that's a significant jump. It's percentage wise. You need to be taking a look at the percentage and not dollar value when it comes to something like this. Whereas this, it's 5,000 to 7,000. So dollar wise, it's fairly similar, but percentage wise, it doesn't even come close. That's fairly important to know. So why did the market go down at all today? At all. Well, a lot of investors are superstitious. It's something very important to know. When it comes to, I didn't realize it was the anniversary of Black Friday or Black Monday. Otherwise, I would have took out a little of my stuff and saved a little bit of it. But and by the way, I want to mention before I jump into why this happened, my prediction, and I want to mention that I'm not guarantee that you're going to make money if you follow through whatever I say. Legal reasons I gotta say that. But my prediction for tomorrow is whatever that was lost today, the majority to all of it will come back. If you buy today, then you're going to make a lot of money. Again, there's no guarantee in that, so note that's all in your head. But Monday is going to be a normal trading day, maybe even a pretty good trading day from this. It's fair to note. I think Friday is going to be a buy day, so a lot of people are going to buy, and that's going to raise the market up. Monday is going to be mostly a normal day. It might be better. It depends on what happens over the weekend, but it might be better. So that's fairly important to note. But as far as why this happened, well, a lot of people who's in the market are superstitious. I think if I had to put a number on it, I'll say 15%, 10-15% of people, and we're talking about superstitions as far as the superstition rules their trading experience. So there's stories out there where a lot of investors, they invest in things like R&D, energy, R&D into energy, quantum physics research, or whatever it may be. But there is some investors that look into investing stuff like elephant migration patterns. So I was talking to a person that was doing research for elephant migration patterns, and a group of investors, no joke, was investing for that researcher to research elephant migration patterns. Basically, the researcher's been trying to fund their stuff, finally got it. Didn't really care why, but they wanted to learn more about it and to share what their knowledge with the world. Well, the investors, the reason why they invested into it in the first place is if the elephant went north, they would trade this way. If the elephant went south, they would trade this way. Based on the trail that they leave, they went this way. How long do they stay at the watering holes? They'll trade this way. Basically, their entire trading experience was based on some superstitious crap. When the fact of the matter is none of their trades had anything to do with Africa. None of their trades had anything to do with elephants. Like they're trading on oil, on regular companies and whatever, but none of their trades had really anything to do with what they're or getting the researcher to look into. It's very important to note that there's a lot of people who are superstitious. Now, fortunately, we're talking about a fairly small percentage, enough to cause a dip, but nothing to really go too much out of the way. There was a large, like if it was like 50% or more, pretty much a sneeze would cause the market to drop. So thankfully, we're not in that state. If I had to guess, again, it would have been 10-15%. But it might even be lower than that. So that's fairly important to note. Is it's all superstition. Now, if you use logic, if you use reasoning, we're not heading to an air crash. At least not within the next month or two. We're not heading into another crash in a shorter period of time. So that's fairly important to note. So why did this happen in the first place? Well, here's the thing. There's a few things that happen. The overall market, and this is one thing that worries me about this market, because I think we could head to a crash. It's just not going to happen within the next couple months, 6 months, whatever it may be. It would probably, if it was going to happen, it'd probably be in a couple of years down the road. But we have to readjust and look at it as we go through. But the fact of the matter is right now the overall market, it's kind of punishing if you want to drop out of it. So something like this is if you sell at any given point, unless if you just hit at the right time, it's punishing you for selling. So you need to keep your money in there because you're going to get more and more and more money. Like, again, it's basically like you put down $500,000 and you got $1 million plus back from this if you kept it in for whatever amount of time. Well, that's kind of what's happening right now, but it's a little bit more stable than this. It's if you see again, it's a little bit more of a flat line. Percentage wise, it's a little bit more flat. The problem is this went up way too quickly. You have investors that jump in towards bomb down here, maybe out through, and they have something in their mind that they want. So I'm not trying to get political, but if you basically ask Hillary Clinton, then her answer to how much money is enough is more, because there is never going to be enough. Most people aren't like that. They have a target in their mind for either retirement, to pay off a house, or whatever it may be. So like for myself, I invested into things just to buy a computer because I didn't really have enough money or wasn't comfortable spending whatever I had onto whatever computer, because I tend to buy more of expensive stuff. So what I'm happening is I invested wisely, that money wisely, and got some money in a very short amount of period of time to buy whatever I wanted. Well, a lot of people are the same way, but more so into house, retirement, and college funds and stuff like that. So what happens is at certain points, people just want to leave the market simply because they need the money or whatever it may be. Because you can't say, oh, person at the McDonald's counter, I have 1 share of Microsoft. Can I give that to you for some hamburgers or whatever it may be? The answer is going to be no. Just like you can't sell Gold Flakes at McDonald's, you cannot sell stock at McDonald's. You have to turn it into actual cash to get whatever you want, to actually pay off your house or whatever it may be. And to be clear, of course, with gold, it's a little bit different with houses and whatever. But with the bank, they want an equivalent of how much whatever's worth. With stock markets, you got to sell your stuff in order to pay for pretty much anything. So that's fairly important to note, is that if it's tied up in the market, you ain't able to do anything with it. So what happens is at certain points, people just want to drop out. And you'll notice that there was a massive hit here. And probably what people said is, well, I doubled whatever I put in there a couple years back. It's good enough. I'm near retirement, or this is helping me with retirement. Because keep in mind, this is 1980s. So you throw $500,000 in the market. I know a lot of people don't have that, even back then. But you throw 500,000 or 250 or whatever amount in the stock market, and then you it doubles. You're gonna be like, I just want to spend this money. I got things in mind I want to buy with it, and so it has to be sold. So that's where some of these drops come in play, but specifically this particular drop is where you can see it started around early October, and then October 19th, people freaked out because it just wouldn't quit, and it just dropped. Now, what could have easily happened is if you take away this drop, it basically the rest of this chart, if you just push it up, that's what could easily happen. But because people freaked out at that point, a glitch happened or something like that, the market dropped. It's very, very important to note that if you look across the board, we're not near that right now. However, it is important to note that because I think we could get into that. I feel within a couple of years we could easily face another crash. Now, it's also important to note that the previous administration kind of tanked a lot of our market. This one's obviously doing a lot better. I don't know if it has anything to do with the administration itself, but I think because it's going up too much, it's punishing. This is punishing you for leaving because it's just going massively up and up and up and up. Today, it's punishing you for leaving. A couple of videos back, I did something on stock market, and someone commented on whatever, and I made a little bit of a joke saying that, yeah, I want to sell some of my stuff, but I can't because one of the biggest problems is it just keeps going up too much. A lot of people probably think that's a joke, but no, it's punishing you for leaving it. You can lose a load of money for leaving a market for too long or at all. So that's something to note. But anyways, as far as that goes, this is why the market tanked today, went down today, and it's not going to crash no matter what the news is saying. The patterns are way too different. If it does go down, it's just going to go down just a slight amount. But for the most part, Friday, watch it. It's going to be a buy day. Monday, it's going to be a normal. So just watch it.